Hi, welcome to English Composition. I'm Michael Chang. I'm here today with Cher Chen.
各位同学，大家好，欢迎回到英文作文课程。我是 Cher， 在我身边的是郑老师。
Right, so last week we talked about making vivid descriptions of objects, and we learned about using words that describe what our senses perceived.
好，上个礼拜呢，我们已经学习到如何使用形容词来生动的去描述各种事物哦。那我们当然同时也学会了使用感官的形容词来描述我们看到的东西。
And this week, we're going to learn about writing something more abstract. Today, we're going to learn about writing a description of a person.
好，相较于上个礼拜，我们描述的是比较具体的物品哦。这礼拜我们要学习去描述一个比较抽象的概念，我们要描述的是一个人。
And when we write about a person, we can write a description of their personal appearance, but in actuality, a real person is much more than just what we can see with our eyes.
好，当我们通常要描述一个人的时候呢，我们会习惯先描述他的外表，但实际上在现实生活中呢，人其实是不只是外表，我们还要看看他的内在。
And so just remember that a person has a personality and character. And so you might also want to describe a person's behavior or give examples to show what a person is like inside.
好，每一个人呢，他都有自己的所谓个性跟他的一些人格特质哦。也许呢，你会需要借由一些这个人的行为来描写或是传达这个人的内心的世界。
And so now these are abstract concepts, and they require words that are slightly different from the ones we learned last week that we use to describe a physical object.
好，这些用来描述这些抽象的概念、内心世界的形容词哦，会跟我们上个礼拜用来描述具体的物品的形容词不一样哦。
Now let's learn more about these kind of personal adjectives that we can use in our grammar focus section.
好，那接下来呢，在文法焦点的部分，我们就会来讨论一下这些所谓的人格形容词。
This week, we're going to learn some words that we can use for describing a person. And so these are what we call personal adjectives.
好，那这个礼拜呢，我们要来学习哦。当我们要形容一个人的时候，我们有哪一些实用的形容词是可以用来使用的？那这些形容词呢，我们就叫它人格形容词。
And so now these personal adjectives, this is not a separate category of adjective. These are just some words that we think are very useful for describing what a person is like.
好，你听到人格形容词，可能会以为这又是另一种类的形容词哦。那其实并不是的，它们呢只是一些形容词，很适合去用来描述人的内心一些抽象的概念。
Now we have many different kinds of personal adjectives, so we're going to break them into categories.
好，我们有非常多的人格形容词哦，我们会依照它不一样的这些描述的内心概念的种类呢来做分类。
And the first thing that we want to point out is that since these are what we think about a person, these are all opinion adjectives, they're not fact adjectives. And then remember how last week when we talked about opinion adjectives and fact adjectives, we said that opinion adjectives always go before fact adjectives when we have two or more of them together.
好，但是首先呢，各位同学应该还记得我们上礼拜提过的哦。我们说形容词有分成意见形容词跟事实形容词。那这两样东西呢，当我们放在一起的时候，意见形容词应该要放在事实形容词的前面。
And now the second thing to think about is that since these are all opinion adjectives, we can think of them as having some positive characteristics and negative characteristics, just like we have positive and negative characteristics about the people that we meet.
好，那第二个同学必须要知道的是哦，既然我们说这些人格形容词主要是一种表达个人意见的意见形容词，那我们就知道每个人的意见都有正面以及负面的，所以我们对一个人的看法，关于他的人格也有正面以及负面的形容词。
And so therefore, we're going to divide these personal adjectives into adjectives that express positive values and other adjectives that express negative values.
好，那所以呢，我们等一下为各位同学介绍人格形容词的时候，我们会分成两类哦。一类呢是用来表达正面的价值，另一类则是表达负面的价值。
And so if you take a look at the screen, we have a lot of adjectives that we put up here.
好，各位同学可以看到，荧幕上呢有非常多不同种类的人格形容词哦。
And so let's just take a look at one of the categories, which is the ability adjectives.
好，
Now, these adjectives deal with the skill someone has when they're dealing with a task.
好，首先呢，我们先来看看第一个种类，也就是关于个人能力的部分的形容词。所谓的能力呢，我们在这里指的是用来形容一个人做事时的能力以及技巧。
If we take some words from this category, for example, we could describe someone as being an outstanding or ingenious computer programmer.
好，我们先来看看一些例子哦。我们可以形容那一个所谓的电脑工程师哦，是非常的 outstanding， 非常杰出的，或者说我们说他是 ingenious， 就是非常足智多谋的。
And if we use some other words, we can describe another person as being a competent computer programmer or a talented computer programmer.
好，同时呢，如果我们也要形容一个电脑工程师，我们可以用另外一组不一样的形容词，像我们说他是有能力的，或者是有天分的。
And so if we think about this person, he's still a good computer programmer, but if we compare the two, the first one is better.
好，那如果我们把这两组形容词放在一起，我们会发现两组的电脑工程师都是非常优秀的哦。但是 outstanding 跟 ingenious 其实是形容比较好的，所以呢，第一位是比较优秀的。
And now if we want to take a look at some of the negative values, we have another person that maybe we could say is inexperienced or inconsistent at a task.
好，我们再来看另外一组的所谓能力形容词哦，我们可以用来形容人说他们是比较 inexperienced， 比较没有经验的，或是 inconsistent 哦，前后不一致的。
And so, for example, I could tell a story that is actually something that happened to me recently. And so here I was at the airport and I was waiting in line to buy a hamburger before I got on a flight.
好，这郑老师的经验哦，他在机场呢，在等候班机的时候，他想要先到速食店去买一个汉堡。
And unfortunately, I had a very inexperienced cashier.
好，那在这个时候呢，郑老师就碰到了一位非常没有经验的柜台人员哦。
And all I wanted was a hamburger to go, but the girl had to keep asking the person next to her what to do.
好，那郑老师呢，他其实只是想要单点一个汉堡，然后带走哦。但是那一位柜台人员呢，因为他非常没有经验，所以他不断的请教隔壁的同事接下来该怎么做。
And so I'm sure that in the future this cashier would get much better, but on the day I was served, her ability level was definitely a negative.
好，那这一位服务生呢，当然有可能是新人，他到未来呢，当然可能会越来越好哦。不过以当天郑老师所被受到的一个服务能力而言呢，这一位服务生应该是不及格的。
All right, let's go on and take a look at another category, and this is the behavior category.
好，那接下来呢，我们来看另外一个种类的人格形容词，在这里我们看的是行为相关的形容词。
And these adjectives are all connected to how a person behaves towards other people.
好，所谓的行为形容词呢，主要是叙述一个人与别人相处的时候，他的行为与方法。
And some examples of positive behavior are being helpful, considerate, or sympathetic towards others, while on the other hand, people can be inconsiderate, disruptive, or problematic.
好，那我们可以举几个例子哦，像正面的部分的正面行为形容词呢，可以包括像是非常助人哦，热心助人，非常贴心的，或是具有同情心的。那相反的呢，负面的行为形容词可以包括一些不顾他人的哦，打扰别人的，或者是制造问题的。
All right, we're going to go on to another category, which is maturity, and this is generally how people carry themselves as they deal with daily life and the general interactions they have during an encounter.
好，那接下来我们再看另外一个种类，讲的是一个人的成熟度哦的形容词。成熟度指的就是一个人在一般日常生活之中哦，与他人相处时的一些处事的态度。
And let's highlight some of these key values.
好，我们来看一些比较主要常用的成熟度的形容词哦。
All right, one positive one is confident.
好，那其中一个呢，我们可以看到正面的哦，就是 confident 很有自信的。
Sensible.
哦 ，sensible 是指的是很理性的。
Mature.
哦，很成熟的。
All right, and so then if we look at some negative values, we have something like childish.
好，那我们来看看的是负面的态度的部分呢，包括了很幼稚的。
All right, another one is selfish.
哦，比较自私的。
And immature.
哦 ，immature 指的是不成熟的。
All right, let's go on to our next category, which is personality.
好，接下来呢，我们来看看个性的形容词。
All right, and this is kind of a general catch-all category that's used to describe what a person is like.
好，那这个在个性形容词的部分呢，它是一个比较概括式的种类哦，它可以用来表达你对于一个人的整体的印象。
And maybe you could think of this as something that you would, or you could think of these words as things you would say if you wanted to describe a man or a woman that you just met, or someone that you went on a first date with and you want to tell about that person to your friends.
好，我们刚刚说这个个性形容词是指比较整体性的一个形容词哦。你可以想象说，当你刚认识一个人的时候，或是你第一次与这个人见面的时候，你会用来形容这个人的看法哦，这种形容词哦，我们就叫做个性形容词。
And here you can see that there are many positive and negative values, but we won't go over them individually.
好，那你也可以看到啊，个性形容词当然也包含正面以及负面的特质哦。那我们并不会一个一个去去带各位同学看过。
Let's go on and talk about attitude.
好，那我们接下来呢，我们来看最后一个种类，也就是态度的形容词。
And this is related to how a person reacts to a task.
好，所谓的态度形容词呢，指的就是这个人哦，当他有工作的时候，他怎么样去面对这样子工作的一个反应态度。
And so, for example, some people could be very enthusiastic when assigned a task.
好，举例来讲呢，当你交代一个人一项工作去完成的时候，他可能是非常有热忱的。
And this means that they'll be very active in finding efficient solutions and passionate about finishing the job to the best of their ability.
好，所谓形容一个人很有热忱在做工作哦，这种态度呢，指的就是说他非常积极的会去寻找一些有效的解决方式，并且呢，尽自己最大的努力去完成这件事。
On the other hand, some people could be apathetic about an assignment, and this means that they're unmotivated about their work and their work can just end up being negligent.
好，那当然，我们如果有时候形容一些人说他比较不太认真，他的工作态度是冷漠、没有动力的时候，哦，这就是形容说，当他们无心上学、没有这个动力，他们的态度就可能会导致随便的工作成果。
So far, we've been flooding with you with a lot of vocabulary words, and you may feel that these are just too many words to learn.
好，那现在各位同学已经认识了非常多的单字哦，各位同学可能会觉得太多了，背不起来。
So after the break, we're going to teach you a trick in order to learn these vocabulary words more efficiently.
好，那等一下呢，休息回来之后，我们会教各位同学一个小技巧，可以帮助你更容易的去记住这些单字。
See you in a moment.
好，先休息一下，我们待会回来。
Welcome back. Let's learn a trick now to learn some vocabulary words.
好，欢迎各位同学回来。我们现在呢要继续为各位同学介绍这所谓的小技巧。
In Unit 1, we learned about the basic parts of speech in English. And today we're going to focus on 4 of these parts of speech, which are nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs.
好，各位同学，在单元1的时候呢，我们已经学过了英文句子中包含了几种基本的词类哦。那在这个单元里面呢，我们要着重在4种最基本的词类，也就是各位同学看到的名词、动词、形容词以及副词。
And these 4 types of words make up what we call content words because they make up the content and the basic meaning of a sentence.
好，那这4个种类为什么我们说是最重要的呢？因为这4个种类呢，能够帮助我们去清楚的建构一个句子的基本内容，所以我们给它一个名称叫做实字。
And so you want to learn a lot of these content words if you want to be able to express yourself fluently and precisely in English.
好，那所谓的实字呢，就相对于所谓另外一种种类叫做虚字哦。实字是可以帮助我们去精确的而且顺畅的表达我们自己的想法，因此各位同学需要学习大量的实字。
And our trick for learning more content words is to learn them as a group.
好，那要学习所谓的实字呢，一个小技巧就是把这些单字呢做一个群组的分类。
And so this means that we take one word root and then we learn a noun, a verb, an adjective, and an adverb that all come from this original root.
好，那这个方法呢，也就是我们先把一个单字它所谓的字根root 先记下来，然后呢再分别去学习它所延伸出来的名词、动词、形容词以及副词。
And now let's take a look at some examples of different words that all come from the same root.
好，接下来我们来看看一些例子哦，我们可以看看怎么样从一个字根，然后来做出一个群组的衍生。
Now our first set of words are related around the word sincere that we find in the writing model.
好，我们首先呢，先看到第一个例子哦，是从 sincere 这个字来做出来的区分哦。sincere 是我们在 writing model 在写作范例里面所使用到的单字。
And here we can see that we have three different words, sincerity, sincere, and sincerely, that are all related and have basically the same meaning.
好，我们可以看到这里我们看到的名词、形容词跟副词这三个单字，基本上它们的意思是一样的，只是不同的词类而已。
And now if we move on, we can see that there are other examples. So for example, this word independently is in our writing model, and we can also find a noun, verb, and adjective that are related to it.
好，我们再看第二个例子哦，在这个例子里面 ，independently 独立的哦，这个副词呢，在我们的写作范例里面有被使用到。那我们可以把它的名词、动词以及形容词一起背起来。
And then quickly we can see we have a group that's based on blindly.
好，我们可以看到下一组单字呢，它的副词哦是这个 blindly 盲目的，是在写作范例里面有做使用。
And another group based on the word energetic.
好，接下来这个呢，则是 energetic 形容词有活力的哦，在我们的写作范例里面一样有做提到。
Now by learning words as a group, you just need to learn the meaning of one word group, and you can learn up to 4 new words.
好，那透过这样子的一个群组记单字的方式呢，你只要先记取一个单字的字根，接下来就可以衍生出4种不一样的单字在你的写作之中哦。
Now that we've learned many new words to describe people, especially adjectives to describe people, we can prepare to write an essay about a person.
好，那现在既然我们已经学习了许多的形容词的单字哦，尤其是呢，我们可以拿来形容人的人格形容词，已经学习非常多了。所以现在呢，我们开始准备来写一篇关于人的作文吧。
And so now the first thing that we're going to do is prepare to write this essay by doing some pre-writing activities.
好，我们要做的第一步呢，也就是先来做一些在写作前的小小的练习。
So now let's start by doing some brainstorming by creating a brainstorm web.
好，我们现在第一步要做的就是脑力激荡哦。那透过这个脑力激荡网络的方式呢，我们可以完成这个部分。
Now, the first thing that we need to do is describe what kind of person we want to write about. And so remember that there are many positive and negative characteristics that we can, or many positive and negative adjectives that we can use. So let's figure out if we're going to write about a good person or a bad person.
好，首先呢，我们必须要先决定我们要写哪一个种类的人哦。还记得我们说每一个人格形容词的类别里面都有正面以及反面的吗？我们必须要先决定我们要谈论的是正面的人还是反面的人。
So now we're going to write about a good person. So let's write a good person in the middle of our brainstorm web.
好，那在我们考虑过后呢，我们觉得我们还是先来讨论一个好的正面的人好了。那我们现在呢，在这个脑力激荡网络之中啊，我们就在中间写上 a good person。
And so another thing that we need to do is also consider some general categories that go into making a good person. And so you can see on this chart that we have 4 of them.
好，那接下来我们要做的事情呢，就是来想一想，一个好人会有哪一些特质呢？那我们可以看图片中看到，它应该有4个种类。
And so we have a healthy mind, good behavior, independent thinking, and clean appearance.
各位同学可以看到，我们觉得一个好的人应该要有健康的心理、良好的举止行为、独立思考的能力以及干净的外表。
Right, and so now the next thing we need to do is add some more details to each of these 4 categories.
好，那接下来我们下一步呢，就是要加入更多的单字到每一个种类之中哦。
And so you can see what we do is we just add some more ideas to each section. And we don't have a lot of time to talk about this, so we'll just show you this, our final brainstorm web.
好，各位同学也看到哦，现在画面上每一个种类后面都已加入了很多的形容词哦，更多的例子。那这样子呢，我们就可以完成一个完整的一个脑力激荡网络了。
And so you can see this brainstorm web is not organized enough to write our final essay, but the point of the brainstorm web is to just open up your mind so that you're able to come up with new ideas.
好，我们可以发现呢，这个脑力激荡网络做出来之后，它本身并不是很有组织的一个状况，所以你并没有办法透过它来完成一篇完整的作文。不过呢，这个脑力激荡网络可以帮助你能够打开你的这个想法，然后帮助你有更多的一些 idea 去把它列出来。
All right, let's take a little bit of a break now. We'll look at the writing model when we come back.
好，我们现在先休息一下。当我们回来之后，我们就来看看这个脑力激荡网络可以帮助我们完成怎么样的写作。
let's take a look at our writing model together.
好，接下来呢，我们来看一下我们的写作范例。
Are you a good person? Most people will say yes or no for reasons, but I have different ideas. A good person must have some qualities such as good behavior, independent thought, healthy mind, and clean appearance.
你是一个好人吗？大部分的人都会不经思索地给予正面的回答，但我却有不一样的想法。我认为一个好人必须要具备某些特质，包括了良好的行为举止、独立思考的能力、一个健康的心理状态和干净整齐的外表。
First, a good person must be polite and easy to get along with. Honesty and sincerity are essential characteristics.
第一点，一个好的人必须要有礼貌，而且好相处。诚实以及诚意是不可或缺的人格特质。
She would look people in the eye when she is talking to someone. He does not hesitate to yield a seat to people in need.
一个好人与别人说话的时候会直视对方的眼睛，而且他会毫不犹豫地让座给需要的人。
In addition, a good person is expected to think independently. She does not follow others blindly like a sheep.
接下来，一个好的人必须要拥有独立思考的能力，他不会像羊群一样，只是盲从地跟随着别人。
Thirdly, a good person should be happy, optimistic, energetic, and brave all the time. The healthy attitude and the lively spirit would make others feel comfortable.
第三，一个好的人，他应该总是快乐的、乐观的、有活力的，并且是有勇气的。他健康的态度以及活泼的精神，能够让人感到安心。
Last but not least, a good person should keep his or her appearance clean and tidy. She does not need to wear luxurious jewels or designer clothes, but can still look fabulous and lovely.
最后，一个好的人需要把自己的外表整理得整齐干净。他并不需要穿戴华丽的珠宝或者是名牌的衣服，但是仍然看起来是大方可爱。
In sum, a good person should always act sincerely, think independently, live actively, and dress neatly.
总而言之，一个好的人，他必须总是待人诚恳、独立思考、充满活力，而且外观整齐。
Now let's take a look at some of the features of this writing model.
好，接下来呢，我们来看一下这个写作范例的一些特色。
First, note how the writer has a clear topic sentence that sets up a clear structure for the entire essay.
好，首先呢，各位同学要先注意到的是主题句。在这篇文章中，主题句是怎么样帮整篇作文建立一个贯穿全文的架构呢？
And the topic sentence is the third sentence of our essay.
好，我们可以发现哦，这里的主题句是本篇文章的第3个句子。
And the first 2 sentences of the essay are used to create some kind of interest in the essay and then to lead into the topic sentence. And then this topic sentence clearly states the 4 characteristics of a good person the writer is going to explain.
好，我们说主题句是本篇文章的第3句哦。那第1句跟第2句呢，则是用来作为引人兴趣，然后带入主题的一个作用。那第3句的主题句呢，则是用来清楚地说明作者即将要去探讨的4个好人的人格特质。
Next, notice how the main part of the essay is made up of support sentences that give information about the 4 characteristics mentioned in the topic sentence.
好，接下来呢，我们应该注意一下作者如何把4个重点补充的带入这篇文章之中。
And each of these 4 topics are clearly marked with a transition phrase.
好，那这4个小主题呢，则是都透过所谓的转折语来做一个标示。
So we see the first one is marked with first.
好，我们可以看到第一个部分，它用 first 第一哦来做一个标示。
And then later on, we have in addition, thirdly, last but not least, in order to mark other key points.
好，那接下来我们会看到他说了 in addition 就是再者哦，接下来其他的 thirdly 我们说第3 last but not least 最后哦，这些都是常常来使用的转折语。
And then at the end, we have the word in sum to mark our conclusion.
好，那到了最后结尾的部分呢，我们用了 in sum， 也就是总而言之来作为一个结尾。
Now let's talk about the writing activity that you're going to do for homework.
好，接下来的时间呢，我们会来讲一下关于这个礼拜各位同学回去要做作业的部分。
For the writing activity, you're going to write a recommendation letter. Now, you can write this letter about someone else, or you could just even write it about yourself.
好，本周的这个写作实习呢，我们需要各位同学写一封推荐信。这封推荐信可以是你写给别人的推荐信，或者是呢，你也可以装作你自己是要推荐自己的，你为自己写一封推荐信。
And so you should create a brainstorm web about the person that you're going to write about, and then write the essay.
好，你首先呢，当然要先做一个脑力激荡网络，把你要推荐的人格特质写出来，接下来就可以开始写作了。
Now, if you need some ideas of who to write about or what to write about, you can watch this short video and make note of the positive values that they talk about.
好，那如果你需要一些帮助的话呢，接下来你可以看看这段短片，然后注意这个影片中，这个主管呢在面试的时候，他有说出哪一些的形容词。
Any other questions that you would like to ask us?
When will you tell me when I get a job?
Oh, we should be able to contact with you in a week or so, right? Do you have any other questions?
No.
Okay. Thank you for coming in for the interview.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the opportunity for this interview.
It was very nice to meet you, Viola. We'll contact you as soon as we've made a decision.
Thank you, ma'am. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Okay, just head out that way. So how did you like this candidate?
The first thing I noticed is that she's very passionate.
I agree. She's very enthusiastic and motivated to do a good job.
Yes, she's definitely not the passive type.
And she's also quite mature for someone so young.
I like her confidence as well. However, I am concerned that she's a little too inexperienced.
Oh, I'm not worried about that. I think she's talented. We can train her up to our requirements.
Okay, so we agreed to offer the job to this candidate?
Yes, let's offer her the job.
Okay, I'll prepare the offer letter and contact the candidate.
Great. All right, and so what you should do is you can see that we had a lot of positive words that we used. And so if you look at this brainstorm web we made from the video, you can see some of the characteristics we mentioned.
好，那各位同学现在要做的事情呢，就是仔细的从这个影片中呢去找出来我们曾经提到的一些人格形容词。我们可以来看看这个脑力激荡网络中来列出来的形容词。
And so we wrote down the name Viola in the middle, and then we can just add a lot of the characteristics we talked about around it.
好，我们可以把这个面试者的名字 Viola 写在中间。接下来呢，我们可以看到旁边的总共提到了8个形容词。
Right. And what you can do is you can go back and watch this video again on the internet and see how we use these words.
好，那接下来各位同学可以做的事情呢，是回去在网络上再复习这一段影片。接下来呢，把这些形容词去写出来。
And so now what you can do is you can go home and you can think about what you want to write about. You can either write about this story or think of your own story to write about.
好，各位同学回去之后呢，你们可以决定是要针对这个故事来写作你的文章呢，还是说你自己再去创造另外一个故事，另外一个脑力激荡网络去写作你自己的推荐信。
So decide what you want to do, make up a brainstorm web, and then write your essay.
好，那你决定好之后呢，就把这个脑力激荡网络做出来，然后呢，着手写你的短文。
All right, so thanks for joining us this week for English composition. We'll be back in another week.
好，谢谢各位同学今天的参与，我们下个礼拜再见。